Testing, testing, testing. We are back. Getting on somewhat of a streak. It's nice. It's nice to have a little bit of a schedule, almost. Of course, I don't ever publicize one because I have no idea exactly when I'm going to be live, but it's felt nice to be able to make content all in a row. So, this is going to be episode 10 of our series, where we play Space Engineer Survival. Now, if you want to see this chronologically, there are 9 more episodes you gotta go watch first. And maybe that's your forte, or maybe you feel better just picking up the series right where we are. And that is completely welcome too. Always glad to have you here. So I'm going to start getting into the spoiler territory. You have been warned. So if you want the chronological experience, you go watch those other videos first. There's a playlist that is a compilation of all of them, and they should just play in order if you visit that playlist on my channel. But yeah, down into spoiler territory, we are developing a home base. We're getting pretty set up. The 2 biggest issues, I think right now we just aren't obtaining resources as fast as I'd hoped. You know, we can haul a lot with the little rover, you know, but it takes a while. And it's not creative content. It's nice. It was aesthetic. We'll probably do that in the future. But we want to automate that process. And we're going to do that by using like a drilling rig. We're going to set up a building almost that will mine for us. Pretty much a building that will mine the ground for us underneath of it. And it'll be really nice. I just have to make sure that I have the resources to build such a thing. It will definitely pay off in dividends, but we just gotta have the money to invest, you know, as per all investments. What is happening? Okay, there's the ground. That was concerning for a moment. If not exactly sure how it looked on your end, but as everything was rendering, I saw all of my lovely grids before I even saw the earth beneath them, and I was worried. We lost a whole planet in rendering somehow. But that's all good. So the last thing we did, well, number 1, we finished our defenses, which is nice. These are probably not our final defenses, but they will protect us for the time being. Got a good amount of ammunition going into them too, so it's all nice. We were producing, and apparently we've run out of a few key resources. And we got so much nickel, so that's like baffling how we already went through all of it. 50. Okay, we're still processing nickel. So our big problem is probably magnesium. Possibly iron? Let's see what kind of iron we've got. Like I said, we do have some ammunition, because each one of these is 25 shots in a big turret. Well, it does shoot 7 rounds per second, so I mean, it's not like it's a railgun where it shoots like once every 2 seconds or something. So it doesn't really conserve that well. But the numbers are very misleading. They're very all over the place. It looks like we do need iron as well. So what I'd love to do, since I'm trying to build this mine, is I'd love to build it right on top of the magnesium mine. Which, of course, sounds like a terrible idea in theory, but it should actually work out very nicely for us. But let me grab this little crate really quickly. Maybe I accidentally stumble upon a resource while I'm out here that's just game changing for us. That would be nice. And I think if I had to pick a second place to put a mine, like I don't think we're going to be able to build two of them in one stream, but if I had to pick a second place, I think I'd build it on the gold deposit. We don't especially need it right now, but it would be nice to have in the future. So we got another copy of Leopard Welder, which means we are definitely going to start selling things at some point. Because I'm not going to be able to use two different copies of the same aesthetic for the same tool. But that helped us out some. Nice little easy way to start this off. But let's see where all of our stuff is hiding. Cobalt, stone, iron. I thought magnesium was on the other side. Because that's gold. Wait, my dampeners. Oh. I don't know why that happens. Maybe I wasn't looking at things correctly? Not sure. Oh. Oh, I think I understand what's going on. I think my my camera view is not exactly lined up with the direction my body is pointing. And I think that happens when I hold the Alt key to check on the names. That's why. I just tap view twice and then it'll fix itself. But this is our magnesium mine. The magnesium is just... There's actually still a ton of it. We haven't really taken much out of the ground. And the hole looks like it is directly above. So if I were... I'm looking at the little circle on my hotbar to try to line myself up perfectly with the horizon. And then if I just... Oh. Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's a little bit in front, but we should be able to build something that's large enough where we won't be too worried about what exact direction. Try to line this up pretty evenly with the ground here. It's really weird too, because computer does not exactly have all of the rotation keys. Yeah, but I want to draw at a pretty wide area. So the first thing I'm going to start with here is like a layout of the hole that I want to make. I can only place 22 of these. I should probably go back to the respawn pod for resources right quick. Because the only resources I have on me were from the little drop pod that just fell out of the sky. Okay. So we give the scrap. Refinery will probably take that in a few centuries. We'll do it by hand. So we'll just take care of that. You can have all of the things that we don't need at the moment. Honestly, I think the way to go to like queue up exactly what resources you need is probably just to disassemble all of the resources you know you don't need, right? And maybe even some of the ones that you do need. And then you queue up the specific blocks that you want to make. So I'm just going to go production assembler 2, destroy all that. And when I look back at assembler 1, I'm just going to stop making ammunition for now. Because we have a different purpose here. We're going to go to blocks. And let's say that we are going to want about... No, that's a lot. Why is that so many?
Energy low.
Oh, because that's 10. It's 10 iron plates right there. Interesting. So yeah, we need quite a bit. And we are already out of iron. Oh no. The only thing we're processing is nickel, so we're not going to get any more. The top of our base took all of our iron, apparently. That is fine. That is fine. Industrial assembler. Interesting. Large industrial cargo container. These are things I don't know about. Maybe they're just DLC. We just don't have resources for anything at the moment. Okay. So we're going to go back to plan A. We're just going to take our plates and we're going to kind of build a little floor plan. We definitely don't have like any resources right now. But that is mostly fine. Mostly fine. So we're going to go 5 here. And this is the point where I'm going to kind of start going toward the hole. Just make everything blue for now. Maybe we change the color scheme a little bit later. Oh, it's so tilted. So if it digs straight down, it'll still hit a lot of magnesium. So we're not going to worry about that really. It can be tilted. And really, honestly, that's pretty accurate to the real horizon line. So not something that we really have to worry about too much. 2, 3, and back in.
Energy critical.
Stand suit energy being critically low. Okay, so we want this to be pretty centered. It looks to be basically as good as we're going to be able to get it. It's just on an awkward little slope here. So it's going to be slightly off, but we're going to be making a much larger hole. So it won't look like that forever. We'll make it blend in with its environment. 3 inside corners, 3 inside corners. Okay, yeah. So that's like a rudimentary circle, you know, it's not perfect. It's hard to make perfect circles with blocks, but it's nice. So that's about the area that we want to drill down. Make a nice wide shaft. So our drill will be within the space. It'll spin, it'll go down over time. But in order to afford any of these resources, we're gonna have to make a special trip. Also, we just also ran out of suit energy, so we're taking about 2 damage per second. Except now we're not, because apparently the weather just changed. Alright, so we are going to go out to our magnificent stone mine and iron mine. We need a lot of iron, honestly. Let's go specifically to the iron mine. And we will get probably like half iron, half stone. The alt really quick. Yep, it's right there. I have relaxed on my revenge for now, because I really don't have any good ways of claiming that revenge, but there are designs on the horizon. There are things we can make, things we can do. We will get revenge eventually. I hit a new top speed with this. I almost went up to 20 meters per second. Bad. All right. This is the iron. So let's do what we've done for over half this playthrough, and let's do some more mining. It's a little bit awkward down here. Looks like some of the stone texture hasn't quite loaded yet. You just destroy it until it does. Try to get that fair amount of stone in here first. Make it real easy to get in and out. All right.
Inventory full.
Now we surface. Oh, the bottle icon has disappeared, which means we are in desperate need of more hydrogen. Not that there's any like AI voices that would help us realize that for ourselves. Okay, so I can't really place things effectively through there, as I should have already known. It's not the most efficient design, but we will learn for next time. That's what we do on the Tortalic channel. We learn for next time. It's what we do best. Get it wrong and then hopefully get it right. Just concentrating stone at the start. Just making the shaft look a little bit bigger. There we go, now we're back down to iron. Some of it's already dropped. We shall harvest all of the resources the earth has for us.
Inventory full.
One bit at a time. Stone plus iron will make our refinery back home very happy. Our assemblers as well. Don't really appreciate that. That looks nicer. There was a really awkward part down here too. Okay, it's looking better now. Trying to get all the stuff that's overhead before I mine too far down seems to be the strat. Getting a nice mix of stone and iron too. Exactly what we were looking for.
Inventory full.
And away we go. This ice portion is still a little tight, but that is fine. Don't need a ton of ice right now. That little crook in the tunnel helps us to just kind of hop down without taking damage too. It's nice. Fly for a minute. Dig into the ceiling here so we're not leaving any behind. Alright. I thought I just had to keep tapping the button, but apparently if you hold the pickup button, it'll just keep continuously picking up. So we have a pretty good rate too.
Inventory full.
Alright. Definitely looking forward to not having to do this by hand for a while. I think I say that every time I come down here now. I'm like, let me get a ton of resources so that I don't have to come down here for a while. And then, like, same stream or next stream, I end up coming down into the same mine again, and I'm like, oh, that was so effective. Let me do that again, because I definitely won't have to come back anytime soon. So misleading when you pick up so much material, but you also just have to use so much material to build things. Get rid of all of the iron from the top down. Should be none more left. I was trying to create a whole new tunnel there, apparently. How far does it stretch? Because that's the real question I was trying to test. Because it goes for a little while.
Inventory full.
Alright. Maybe that's full now. That is full. Got a fair amount of stone. A little bit of iron to complement. So it looks like developments at our current base are going to halt for now. Because we really just can't afford to sacrifice too much iron at the moment. We need it for the stone mine. And then once we have the stone mine, it'll be outputting a lot of iron for us. So it's an investment. Once we have a wealth of resources. Like, I keep thinking that we have a wealth of resources, but then I realize we don't yet. Because there's always something that needs more. Yeah, once we have a little bit more of a wealth of resources, I will be able to dig into making the base look better. Making it look more complete with walls and everything. That costs so much iron. So we will be whittling that down bit by bit. And all the while our nickel's being processed. Glad we at least have a good amount of that. And this deposit just never stops, does it? It's a very healthy iron deposit. That's a good place to stop for that trip. Probably jump down here in the mine like 2 more times or something. Again, just trying to minimize the amount of times I have to come out here with the rover. Maximize the building content. Because we are about to be done with mining for probably like 0.2 seconds. We'll go back to it. That's fine, because it'll all be worth it in the end. To see that end result shall be very nice. I don't know, for some reason I've just been leaning towards live stream content lately. It just feels like I don't really want to edit too much out. I just want you as the viewer to be able to make the decision of, oh, well, I want to cue in on this part of the stream, or, you know, I just want to fast forward till I see the end result, you know? Give you the option to kind of like follow the entire journey with me, or just fast forward to the good parts, because I mean, you're a busy person with a life as well. Either way is completely fine by me. I just enjoy it when my content helps out in any way. Gotta have slight entertainment value to it, right? This isn't just repetitive nonsense. Definitely not. You enjoy seeing the world crumble as I take a hand drill to it, slowly creating man-made caves in a video game. You enjoy this content because you clicked on it. And I am very glad to have you here. Alright. Let's see what our storage is looking like. It looks like regardless, we're gonna need to get a little bit of suit energy. Just so we don't die or anything. And we are getting a ton of stone. So I'm gonna make one more trip and I'm gonna focus on iron completely. Because I think we're gonna need a fair amount of steel plates. Whether or not we're gonna fully build the light armor blocks or not, we will see. I'll probably do that at the end if I have the resources to do that. And getting the iron ore now is going to help me along the way with that goal. The iron ore is just so much more iron for the same volume. The only reason I haven't been getting only iron ore is because it's nice to have some silicone in there. Nice to have a little bit extra nickel, even though we have a huge wealth of it. I say that. We'll probably need to concentrate on nickel at some point. Maybe like 2 streams later. After he basically says, oh, we have infinite nickel. Nope. Proven wrong instantly. And the thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to leave rocks down here. No, no. Ah, there's 4 rocks. Ohana means family. And family means nobody left behind. Not a single one of those pebbles. We did get only iron though. It's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie. And I've got some room to spare now. So I'll fill up my personal inventory. Not exactly sure what kind of formation I just created, but kind of want to destroy it before I leave. And make all the walls look smooth. That's good enough. You're out of here. We're going back home, we're gonna make some steel plates, and then we're gonna keep on designing. Alright. Let's see. So a major part of the mining rig that we're going to be making is based off of this idea with pistons. So we'll be setting them up in sort of like a spaghetti string. And I've seen some designs. I don't often try to take too much inspiration from others because I'm trying to walk blindly through most of this. But I've seen a couple different designs, and mostly, maybe they do it for a reason, but I think they're losing a tiny bit of efficiency. Because pistons are like conveyors, right? They can extend, they can retract, and they layer them in like two different directions to be able to just lengthen the overall arm significantly. But I think they missed a concept. Or they just didn't want to build it that way, or it's terrible to build it that way. I have no idea. But I'm about to learn the hard way. What is true in the realm of mining? And it looks like we are not done with our nickel refining yet. So let me just move all this in here first. And then we'll take a look at what's up. Just grouping it all together. Moving it all along. Let's just finish this off. Get all the iron. Honestly, let's go ahead and refine the iron. Yeah, nickel's got a ways to go. They can take a break for a moment. And then stone will just process lightning quick right after. Right after everything else is said and done. Or if we desperately need more iron, we'll just move the stone up the queue and then boom, more iron. Oh, I didn't grab all the iron though. That is unfortunate. Take the iron, take some stone, and hopefully, yep, less than 10 Ks of it. Only one more trip after this. It looks like we can haul like 70 Ks of resources each mining trip. Just the mining trip takes a while. Too long. But we will find a solution for that this stream. Mining will not hold us back any longer. Oh, hold on. I did that the wrong way. 55.6k stone. Oh, and so much more iron plate. Yep. So we're gonna go back to designing. Wait. Let me check in here for production. Okay. So we got materials for some of the lightweight armor blocks. But the real cream of the crop here. Let's see. How far down do I want this thing to go into the earth? Pretty far. So if I queue up 15 curves. Okay, so I'm trying to count how many pistons I want in my head. But I guess we'll just queue up an arbitrary number of materials. So like 30 on this. I'm wondering if this was 30 or 300. Hold on. Let me shift click it. Oh, yep, that was the 300 version. Oh no, I've messed everything up. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and rip all that apart. Is there anything else I want to rip apart at the same time? Not really. Cool. So yeah, I'll try to get 30 of these corners. And I think one of the other big things that we're gonna have to worry about is the mining drill. Required 2,000 iron. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, we want. I found a design that really works with 7 of them, so let's try to keep up 7. That is a ton of resources. Oh my goodness. That's actually insane. So let me just try to go through and queue up all the different types of resources I need for this project. Because we might be desperate for even more material than I thought. Because this is pretty wild. Not gonna lie. That's an interesting concept. Low battery, who would have thought? Alright. My setup is fixed. One, two, three of those. So we got curved conveyors and miners, and we're already looking at a massive amount of resources. This is just terrifying, quite frankly. What else am I looking for? We gotta get the pistons. $84 each. So I said I wanted 30 of the curves, right? So it's gonna curve 15 times. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna queue up 20 pistons. And it's just an incredible amount of resources, you know? I'm baffled by how much the one project could really take. This is wild. And we already have some steel plates. They are not gonna go very far. And I think the very last thing that I want to queue up is going to be that large cargo container. I'm actually going to do a big no-no. Well, not really, but I'm going to go move over to my other assembler. I'm going to use it for assembling really quick. Violate its entire purpose for being here. Now, there's nothing to disassemble right now, so Get some connectors. I want to try to make 2 of these. And I want to try to make a... Let's just queue up a third of them. A third one. This is so many resources. Why are connectors so expensive? Okay, so to keep everything going, I'm going to go ahead and give the stone a little bit of priority here. And hopefully we'll see our iron count tick up a little bit. Slightly. It's going up and down, probably. Yeah, there's a lot that our refinery has to account for right now. And we are gonna have to make it work for the refinery. The only way we are going to be able to finish this project where we don't have to mine stone anymore is we've got to go do the unthinkable. We thought we had iron for days, months, years. We thought this at so many times, so many different portions of the stream. No, we will never have enough. Not until we get unlimited stone. Not until we finish this project. So it's off we go. We are going to go claim more iron. Because that is what we must do. There's no other way. Had to be done. There it is. Coming on back. That good old Tortalic FE. But this time, we're going to focus primarily on iron ore. We're not going to get distracted by stone, even though stone offers, an array of different resources. No, we're going to have so much stone in a minute, and a little bit of magnesium to boot. We are going to focus on the luscious pure iron resource. It will take more time for our refinery to chew through this iron than it will stone. But is it worth it? Yes, because it means we have to take less mining trips. Are we going to completely fill our rover with this iron? Yes, we are. It may be a little bit of a painful and repetitive experience, but it is one very, very much worth it. So if you are not here for the iron mining content, you've got, I'd say, at least a good 20 minutes. Go make yourself some food. Go use the restroom. Do whatever you need to do. And I will take care of this on my end. And if you're watching this in the future, good for you. You've got that little fast forward button. Not saying you should use it, but it's always an option. Because this is going to take a while. But maybe this is just satisfying to some people like it is to me. Now, this is the real reason I keep coming down into the mines. I'm just secretly satisfied by this experience. Not worrying about content. I just like to see the pretty stones tumble out of the walls. In the end, that's what we're here for. The red and blue pigmented stones and the gold. We got a little bit of stone there. We're gonna try to reduce that. We're gonna try to tone that down. Because we want the iron. And when do we want it? We want it now. Also, I queued up connectors. Those are going to help us tremendously. So what's going to happen is I am going to be generating stone at one building over by the magnesium mine. And it's going to have a good old cargo container with a connector. And the little rover we have now is going to try to absorb all the materials it can from that. But, you know, we'll see how much it can actually hold. And we'll take it to our base, and the base will just extract all the lovely resources from the rover, and we won't have to make like 15 trips at our base walking back and forth. That's what the connectors will do. But unfortunately, those are also going to require resources. So I guess the name of the game is you can increase your quality of life, you can increase automation, but you're going to suffer for it. Bit of stone by bit of stone. You're going to work for every little resource you've got till you're rich. Nice, that was perfect. And it does appear that the stream quality is going down a little bit. Not sure why. Got a good amount of iron there. And we go back for more. We always go back for more. Because we desperately need this resource. Oh, we left a stone behind. Let's just be blind. So I think I still had the resource, the item capacity for that bit of stone. Should I say iron? Because that is what we're truly looking for. Although I do see a lot of stone sputtering out of the walls. Probably the stuff we're mining above us is stone. Just remove all the bumps and grooves. Make it easier to walk, get some more resource, do all the different jobs at once. Multitasking is the name of the game. We're running around like a chicken with its head cut off. That is my usual strategy. So you're not allowed to take it. You have to know what you're doing. Me, I'm just going to be the person who experiments until the things go right. Do I know why it happened? Maybe not. But it did. There's more. There's always more. Always. Looks like we might have a snowstorm or something. Not quite sure. We are pulling a solid 13 or 10. We're pulling a solid 10 FPS. I don't know why the stream quality is down. This just means I will be modifying my game settings before the next stream. So that's not good content. You don't want to watch a PowerPoint. You want to watch a game. See, am I nearing that 20-minute mark that I told the viewers to skip ahead? I have no idea. All I know is stone and iron. They are my best friends. Except when stone gets in the way of iron. Oh, we are full. We're going to need to go deposit resources. It is kind of cool knowing, like, going in and out of that tunnel every single time. It's kind of cool knowing that I just created all of the tunnel faces and everything just by trying to extract a resource. Sense of accomplishment, you know? I had to stick a drill to the side of the hole over and over to make it look like this. Got a lot done. But there is still much more to do. We have not even begun with this stream. We're just trying to gather resources. So that we can make the epic things happen. Nice, nice. The shiny rocks go click clack, the more the better. We can never have enough. Quite literally. I think our large cargo container could hold 2 million. And the most we can carry back with us is 70k, so we're gonna be able to put this somewhere. And we will be able to use it instantly, for sure. Like, I couldn't even imagine putting a speed upgrade on the assemblers, because there's just no way that I could handle going through resources like that. Not yet, at least.
Inventory full.
Alright. Looks like we have gotten a pretty good iron to stone ratio, though. We picked up more pure iron than we did on our first trip. when we filled both of the containers. So we're doing pretty good. But yeah, it's just gonna take us a little bit of time to truly gather all of this beautiful red resource. You guys are having a wonderful day. Doing the things that bring joy to yourself. Because for me, this is it, you know? Streaming this video game. I don't quite know why, you know? Just playing video games is nice. For some reason, for this video game, it's like I have to stream it. I just have to. Not sure why. So much more satisfying to do this on the stream. I think it's like games like Satisfactory too. So I've kind of been playing that in the background, but I feel like I actually have to like make a stream series out of it and start over to truly gather more enjoyment from the game. Just something about those manufacturing games to me. Just kind of running through it with a possible live audience. Schrodinger's live audience. Call it that. They both do and do not exist. I find it really cool. It looks like we finally have our very first live chat. Zesty Pigeon says, "Can I make something that a space engineer would?" Yes, Actually, we're gonna go ahead and end the mining trip. We are gonna go, and we are gonna go try to finish designing our auto mining rig. We're gonna try to mine the stone automatically, because mining it by hand is proving very cumbersome, as we can all see. We just need to automate that, get that out of our lives. But hey, it's kind of satisfying too. Gosh, I cannot see. There's a whole snowstorm going on. I really just cannot tell what's going on. But we need to get back to the respawn pod. We're pulling 34 FPS, but it just does not look like it. For some reason, it looks way worse. It feels laggy. Like I'm going 16 meters per second, but it feels like 5 or something. I don't know. Something's not right with this today. The computer does feel warm, so maybe I just didn't have enough break before the stream. The most important thing is that we don't flip this rover like we did, because this is a pain to flip back over. Okay, we're almost back to home base. You can almost see it through all the pain. Oh no. This is a whole process too. No. Okay, wait. All we have to do at the moment, if we go into production and we just steal some interior plates. Where am I going here? There. We get some of those. Maybe we take some of these. It's a little bit more than I would hope for. Okay, these are too big. We only need a few of them. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to take a small margin of the resources we need. And then, like, try just to build the schematic. We can finish the build later, because we're not going to be able to hold what we need. Honestly, we could drive the rover over there with all the resources on it. This is just going to take me a second to process everything. Is it deciding that it just doesn't want to think? Oh no. My game is really not liking whatever's happening right now. This is the most it's ever acted up. Oh, I'm not the smartest person. I tried to put a bunch of resources into a container that was already full. This is fine. This is fine. We'll just take all that raw resource and put it in the refinery. We need our connectors stat because we actually need to speed up this process. There we go. Iron and stone. All the wonderful resources we need. Okay. Why am I thinking of this backwards? I find myself doing that way too often. It's like I'll go over to this storage and I'll try to take from it instead of give it more. It's just not what I had in mind, Okay, we're almost done unloading. We'll load up. We'll have a lot of resources to be able to take over. Everything will be very, very nice. We want that to be prioritized. We want this to also be prioritized. So much resources. And it's not even enough. It's not even enough. I wonder. Let's try to complete this project really quick. Oh, wait. The connector's not going to be this easy. I want it to be. So let's try. I'm just going to delete this ramp. And we're going to try to do a connector so that we can automatically transfer later. And we don't have to walk everything back and forth by hand. Shoot. Yeah, we don't need guns. Steel plate, computer, motor, all things considered pretty cheap. But then when we take that to the large grid version, we need it to be about this level. Honestly, they're pretty level. I think we're gonna go for it. Hold on. So if I lower the suspension on the rover, I think they'll link up. So yeah, we're gonna make this happen. Actually, the easiest way to do this probably be to just have it link right there. And we can change it up later. But we need to grab motors, tubes, and computers. Where? Do I have any hiding in here? Computers, motors, yep. Had plenty. Okay. Got that. Got this one because it's much cheaper. We are moving and grooving. Okay. So the only thing about this is we have to back up pretty accurately into it. And oh wow, that's pretty nice. So yellow means it's ready to connect. Later on, I'll try to program it so it's just a button push. But now everything is linked up. And I'm very concerned because okay, that was just the snowstorm. But that was extremely concerning. You see how off they are? I thought something really messed up because of the wheel suspension strength plus the offset. I thought everything was gone. But no, we're good. We are good. So we do want all this iron to go straight there. And we want these resources. Now we can set up sorting systems so that we can do this automatically. Program what's to go to the rover and what's to stay. But that just seems like a lot of work at the moment. I just want to run out to the rig and finally not have to worry about stone. Okay, so we do have a fair amount of resources here. We're gonna go ahead and start our trip. First we have to unlock ourselves. And then we have to drive forward with a force to leave. And I guess just forevermore we have this zoomed out view of our vehicle. I'm sure there's a way to zoom in or out. I just have no idea what it is. over to the magnesium. Okay, so we have a fair amount of resources. There's more resources queuing up at the base. We can at least design the layout. I don't know if we're going to be able to build everything fully. And hopefully we don't run into our whole project over there, because we can't see in it in advance. Go ahead and parking brake and leave. Okay, we've already made progress. We've already got the connectors. This is good. But yes, this is what we want. Create a little second layer. Just having the floating pieces, they're like way off the ground. It just doesn't seem right. And we can fill in the gaps a little bit more closely later on. But I just don't want the gaps to be excessive at the moment. Doing a little bit of preliminary work. Take a lot of the work off our hands later. Honestly, that's a lot of what I'm doing today. A lot of preliminary work. Which is honestly probably one of those things that a lot of people would do off camera. But I want to share the entire painful experience with you. Every moment of struggle. You get to witness my pain. Alright. I missed a little some of the blocks on the inside. Namely this one and this one. This looks okay. No, it doesn't. Cool. Okay. That's a lot more defined. That looks a lot better. Alright. So, what I'm going to try to do is kind of make it functional for now. And then I'll add a lot of aesthetic to it later. Kind of like the approach we took for the base design. We want it to work, and then we want it to look really good while it works after. Now, definitely not saying that I've finished the base, because in no means am I even ready to do that. But yeah, we're working on it, one bit at a time. I'd say it's easiest to drive up on this side. So let's build up on this side. Okay, now here's the secret. Here's what I'm trying to build. And I've got to queue up the things that I want to make. Is that I need pistons and conveyor corners. Conveyor. And then the drill heads are the piece de resistance. The grinder will have a drill as an option. Okay, cool. So we want this to start at a certain elevation. Trying to think. So this is it's gonna be interesting. I need interior plates though. I don't think I have any on me. Looks like the weather's gotten a little bit better too. Wait, okay, there we go. I did not have any on me. We're gonna build a conveyor junction. Yep, and then we're just gonna start. So, first things first. We get a magical tube that will never rotate. There it goes. And then we put the piston on. Allows the transfer of power and items. We like that. Okay, so pretty much I'm gonna have to finish constructing this before I can do anything else here. Just gonna take large steel tubes. Lots of large steel tubes. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. I see how it's gonna be. Always asking for the one resource I don't have on hand. I do have 84. No, that's small. I'm large. Here we go. Let me put half those away for now, so that I can take more of these. Alright, so that's a piston. The only thing here, though, is that we just don't have any power. Now, I could solve this two different ways. I could make a power system for this, or I could just add a connector. And then the rover could give it power, which is probably what I'll end up doing for now, and then making it self-sufficient later. Yeah. You wonder why it's taken me 10 hours to get to this point. Everything in this game is a grind. Alright. So we wanted the storage. Yeah. So put it there. And it's this block. And we can add a connector going off of it in basically any direction, but probably this one, and we'll mine out whatever we need to mine out to make this work here. Should we do that first? We should do that first. Well, yeah, we'll mine it out later. No worries. And the connectors are so expensive. It's wild. So we need 18 more computers there. We just do not have the resources for the container at all. It requires grids and everything. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. Computers. Large tubes. Yeah, our next priority here is going to be getting the power to this, because we can't build off of it until it's extended. I have an idea that I'm going for here. There's a method to this madness. I promise. I just have to get the power linked up, and in order to do that, I need to build all of the storage stuff and connection stuff. And I need to be able to get the rover at the correct height. To be able to link up. And then I need to get the large storage container functional and the conveyor functional. It's just a whole mess. As the Tortalic channel always is. But it's fun. And I hope you guys have fun along the way too.
Inventory full.
That's a little deep.
Inventory full.
Of course my inventory is full because I have so many items on me. Let's see what we can do here. Let's put... What's happening here? Okay. Just put all the items in there for now. Let's get this ice dealt with. Try to figure out how to link up the rover. Everything will be good. If all fails, we have the X button. And if you don't know what that does, I have a feeling that you're going to learn what the X button does while you're in a rover. It's like a little suspension tweak button or something. It makes the rover practically jump. We might need to do that to be able to reach this connector. And then our rover will just be floating there. Okay. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Got some ice, and we want to connect. Just do a loop, do a barrel roll. That's a good trick. That was a mistake. This is all a mistake. Ah! No. No. Okay. Okay. That was definitely a mistake. Can't lie there. Okay. So. Let's look around. There it is. And that's how we scroll in and out. Oh. I see. We've made a rover trap. I think we can get out with our amazing X button. There we go. Yeah. So the ground there is nowhere close to flat enough to be able to suit this. Also, the hole is too deep. I should have paved it instead of drilling right there. We can fix this with a little platform. Everything will be much better in the future. We're only suffering momentarily. It's already on a slope, but now I'm building a different slope on the slope. It's just slopeception. Alright. It's smooth. And now we have a lot of ice to compensate for all the power we're gonna burn. We're full again. Dang. This rover just does not use power fast enough. That is a wonderful problem to have. Okay. Now we're gonna try to back into position here. Okay. Kind of sketchy. Okay. Huh. Oh, yes, we've done it somehow. I don't think we deserved that, but there it goes. It's locked in place. Okay. So that's one objective, right? Now, I don't think everything has to be completely finished now that I think of it. Because I can go in here. This piston, it's red because it's not a part of my grid. It's part of a different grid I'm connected to. And I can say, I'm going to call it piston R1 because it's going to be reversed from all the other ones. That will make a lot more sense later on. And there it goes, it's extending out. So this base has power. Wait, how far does it extend? What? Wait. I thought they got twice as long. I didn't think they got. Is that 4 times as long? It looks like 4 different segments. It looks like it's 4 times as long. That is wild. Yeah, I think this mining base is going to be a little bit more efficient than I thought. Just a little. Alright, so what we do off of this is that we have to go get the components to build it. But after we do that, it's going to be nice. So I take interior plates because that's what I'm working in right now. I will at the very least, I will get this concept on the map. So we curve it down. And then, what do we do here? We will place pistons in the downward direction. Except I don't have any steel plates on me. I thought they took interior plates. I was wrong. Give me the items. How was this easy the last? Okay, there we go. Just gotta get the right angle. Get a lot of steel plates. Okay. And then it builds a little piston head. And on top of that, we're gonna build another. And then one more probably. So it's 3 times as long. Which is not bad. And then what do we do now? What's left to do but to curve it back and repeat the cycle? And we have this long snake at the end of blocks that can extend and retract. Yeah, we're gonna be in a good spot. Honestly, I've seen ones that snake like back and forth and around. I think we're gonna make ours a little bit simple. We're gonna make it very linear. Yeah. Or since this isn't really doing it for me, because it's like the extended piston is a little bit shorter than the other two retracted. So I'm just gonna have 2 of them, and then I'm gonna curve it back around, and we repeat the cycle. You could argue there's obviously better ways to do this, but this will be the Tortalic first mining rig. We will at least finish our design. Like, yeah, you get the idea. We have an extended one, we curve down, and we have 2 non-extended ones, and we curve back, and we have an extended one, and we curve back, and we have 2 non-extended ones. And of course, you can never break focus in this game, otherwise your H2O or your H2 supply, your hydrogen supply will kill you. All right, let's refill. Wait, it's full. Why do I have this problem so often? But I just forget that it's a problem that I can have. Oh no. Okay. We're going around to the other side. The other side has space for us. Not really space to physically fit, but space to put the bottle in. Cool. Alright. Maybe that's why the H2O2 generators don't automatically fill themselves completely up. They just decide, hey, we're going to get a little bit of ice. We're going to leave plenty of room for the bottle. But then I come along and I ruin that by forcing the ice in. And that's the circle of life. So if we can, I would love to build this one because I have to extend it in order to continue this blueprint. Well, that's going to require a lot of different resources that we currently don't have on hand. Namely, large steel tubes, construction components, motors, and computers. All of the things in moderate amounts. Okay. take like 30. That'll be a big chunk of our inventory right there. Take some motors along, some computers. No. Some computers. Some construction components. We needed some of those. Hope that'll do it. It's looking good. Small steel tubes and construction components seem to be the bane of our existence right now. Plus motors. So basically everything. See, right now I'm just running down the design, trying to build as much as I can, because that'll stick all the resources where they need to go. So they're out of my inventory, and they're somewhere useful. Honestly, this thing needed a ton. Alright, so what are we dealing with here? Okay, cool. So build whatever we can. Which honestly is going pretty good. We have a fair amount of resources, all thanks to those mining trips. Another thing I'm going to have to worry about, though, is finding a way to defend this. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit too far away to defend with my main base. Yeah, the main base doesn't even shoot enemy craft if it's right on top of this place. Which we haven't really had too many encounters, especially not at this location, with stuff that would just come over here to kill us. Oh yeah, we need a lot of those. That's what we're missing. Display metal grids. Interior plates apparently is now an issue. Sure. Everything I can get is 100% built up. Yeah, that is our design. Except I have to extend this newest piston. See if I can do that right here. Does it open? It opens directly on the piston, which is amazing. I call that piston R2. We're just going to label the reverse pistons because they're the important ones to us. They're the ones that will be going the opposite direction. Like so. Because the other ones are aimed downward. So if we were to actually extend a drill into the ground, the reverse pistons will detract while the regular pistons will extend. And that will get our drill pretty far into the earth. honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, we're gonna need a sixth one. And then we're gonna need to crook it back over. Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit of a wacky design, but it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Steel tubes and steel plates, but those are not the things I'm lacking. Construction components, it's still not the things I'm lacking. Huh. It was interior plates, that's right. That's right. I am gonna need to go get those. But first, I'm gonna have to clear my inventory of regular steel plates and make progress at the same time. Honestly, it sounds like a pretty good bargain to me. Just requires so much iron. This game is nuts. There's so much to do. And everything that you try to set up is so involved. And it just costs so much. But that's kind of one of the things I love about it. Yeah, it's not fast paced, it's really slow. And it takes a lot of work, but at the end I think it'll be very satisfying to kind of sit back, be like, wow, yeah, I designed that, I built that. I took the resources that I had and I turned it into something, and when I didn't have the resources, I slaved away in the mines. And somehow building a gigantic drill on top of magnesium.
Energy low.
Still a decision that's I'm gonna stick by. Even though it sounds like a really terrible idea. Alright, we are out of steel plates. Which means we have space in our inventory for interior plates. I was thinking of the word interior and inventory at the same time, and they just melded together. Have I ever mentioned that I'm not an eloquent speaker? Yeah, but that's okay. Just makes it more interesting. This place looks so much better when it's not storming. Alright. So what does our lovely base have for us now? It has the grids we need, the display we need, and the interior plates that we... Oh, those are computers. Those are interior plates. Oh, okay, never mind. They just look pretty similar. Back to the mine. I just cannot get away from mines in this episode. Everything I do brings me back. Whether I want to be here or not. Too bad. You're back. Okay. Yeah, we've got some resources. This is nice. I would like mostly those conveyors to be built up and the pistons, because that's the actual functional part of this build. All the plates around it are just like a little bit of a layer of defense, which I'm more than willing to sacrifice for now, if it means I can get this thing up and running. I honestly just have no idea. Depends on our resources, honestly. If we run out before this is built, we are going to suffer before we can finish it. But now we get to build 2 more pistons. Do they need interior plates? Do I not have the things that I need? Why don't I have steel plates? I made the same mistake again. I keep thinking it's like the pistons are very conveyor-like, so you need interior plates for them, but no. No, you need a ton of steel plates. I think interior plates are the cheaper ones. But yeah. I mean, yeah, this is... already out of large steel tubes again. Number one, it's hard to keep the correct resources in your inventory. And number two, wow, every single block is just so hungry. Large steel tubes. We are running out. Just about broke. Sure, all that's built. I thought there were 2 different things that were needing those large steel tubes. I guess it's all built. Okay. So it looks like there's 1 more tile until it's right over the center. However, you know, that tile is going upward. So here's the thing. I could go upward and then downward and then put the drill head in the middle down there. Or I could just go ahead and start building the drill head from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6 pistons. I think... honestly, what I'm probably gonna end up doing, because I don't know how much resources I really have, I'm gonna put a second piston down here, and I'm just gonna build the drill head over the center of the hole. That seems logical to me. And then another thing that I completely forgot about was rotors. Rotors are really nice for this kind of stuff. And I don't believe I have the resources for it right now. But this is 7 pistons worth of mining. And if we want later on, we can deconstruct all of this and we'll have the resources right there. And we can rebuild it in a different shape. Yeah. We'll just get a preliminary design for now. Rotor. Don't need those connectors anymore. Let's see. What do we need? We need a lot of large steel tubes. But actually that's functional without it. Did this get enough large steel tubes? Barely, I guess. Not sure. So yeah, you can kind of see the design. Oh. This has to pivot in the middle. I was just thinking about this in my head. Okay. So we need the conveyor to snake to the proper position. I need to get to the proper position too because my rotation keys are weird. There we go. Perfect. So this is going to be the focal point for the drill, and we shall be drilling off of that. And all the resources will go straight to the large storage, ready to be picked up.
Fuel low.
Oh no. The fuel warning.
Fuel critical.
It's insane how many times we have to stop off different places and gather a resource that we need just to keep going. Just to continue doing what we're doing. Okay. We need large steel tubes. They are the essential resource. So let's see what we can do. Either we already have them or we need to make them. Oh, okay. Large steel tubes. Nice. Easy, easy. I have no idea what the base is working on at the moment. Forgot to look. Unknown signals detected. Oh yeah, we needed more of those as well. Wait, we ran out. Oh, okay. I ran out in my own inventory. We did not run out in Jenna. Nice. Nice. Why is it yellow? Oh wait, this is not the advanced rotor part. This is just a rotor part. So we have issues. Ones that could cause us to use more resources than you're expecting.
Inventory full.
Oh no. Wait, oh, my inventory's full. Crap. I'm gonna use this really quick. Oh, did I just... rotor part, advanced rotor part. Yeah. Can you just... No, you don't do that. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. I will have to destroy this.
Full.
Let all the materials fall into the void. Build the advanced rotor. Because the advanced rotor lets me pass items through it. Probably a little bit more expensive, but it's what we need. I'm gonna go see what resources fell. Okay. Cool, nothing turned into scrap, which is nice. So now it's time. If I build like this, and then I go get... I thought I had this on my hotbar already, but I guess I did not. The drill. That's the small grid. There you go. We're gonna need to clear out a little bit more here. Oh my gosh, this thing is massive. Wow, I was not expecting this to be so big. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit the... Huh. Yeah, just... we did not build this big enough. I was planning on having one even out here, and that is clearly not going to fit. Not by a long shot.
Energy low.
Oh, good. That's what we like to see. I don't want it to be very pinpoint, though. Maybe I make a really bulky one. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking this radius. We get conveyor, 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 and then we build drills pointing down off of all of that. But we need to drill out the ice so that we can actually fit all of those wonderful drills. Oh yeah, nice. Going mining with no inventory space. I'm at a point where I don't want to waste the ice. But like at the same time, I'm going to be getting a lot of ice later. So I may or may not go down the hole and grab it. So we'll have to see. But let me gather some stuff up. Maybe I can build one drill and that'll help me to build the others. We are not at a place yet where you can do that.
Inventory full.
The other thing I want to do too is I don't want to do most of this by hand because I want the hole to look very like aesthetic, clearly just like a machine mined at the end. I don't want there to be like a random protrusion from where I was having to do it by hand. Okay. That looks a little bit better. Not sure if we're going to be able to fit one yet, though. So I built this a little low. Wasn't expecting the drills to be so long. Really? Is it just because I don't have steel plate? What's happening here? Because, like, if I rotate it like that, it can fit. It just doesn't fit down this way. Because there's ice in the way. Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just going to use the fast tunnel tool. But only for as long as I have battery, apparently. Gosh, I cannot do anything in this game without relying on something that's like 30 feet away. Really? Can't fit in here? Hold on. I think you might. I think you might. You'd be able to get the first drill in here. Yeah, we can get that one in. Not that one. We could get that one. Yeah, if we start with those two, we can clear out a little bit more space for the others. But I have no idea how much material I have to make this work. Ah! Okay, worst case scenario, this thing turns on and kills me. No, I forgot. Worst case scenario is I don't have the materials. Okay. Still made a ton of progress. It's been a little slow. But it's coming along. Sometimes that's just how progress is. Makes you work for it so it can be very satisfying when all is said and when all is done. Steel plate. Yeah, I got plenty of that. Got enough to build this one. May or may not kill me, not sure. Okay, it's not gonna kill me. Would have turned on by now. We did not grab enough steel plate. That is amazing to me. But I don't think these things needed steel plate. So let's see if I can build them up. Yeah. Number one, we're just going to be building these up, which we need to do anyways. Number two, we're going to be clearing inventory space for steel plate. Small steel tubes, don't got enough. Don't got enough of them. Gotta go get more after slamming my head into the wall. Proper. Alright. What is happening? There we go. We don't have it. I can finish the drill, and then I can leave to go somewhere else and get the small steel tubes, but I do not have them on me. Just use up my resources. Construction components is out. Wow, okay. Yeah, we're just missing everything. Let's just grab the steel tubes, because that's what I know I'm missing. That's not the right signal. Wondering why it was 2 kilometers away. Alright. This is almost a functional drill. We almost have it. Now, we neglected to put a sorting system for the rover, but all things considered, got a lot done. And some of those too, I know we're lacking some of those. Some construction components. And this is just looking pretty cool too. If we add the right decorations around it, this could look way better than our main base ever will. Okay, so technically, everything's connected. You know? And it's got power. It doesn't have its own power, it has to run off of the rover right now. But it works. It is sufficient. Not self-sufficient, but it is sufficient. So, we're gonna do a little test here. I would like to open this up. Wait, are there only 2 retracting pistons? Hold on. Yes, only 2 retracting pistons, which is nice. Now first we have to start the advanced rotor. No, we have to start the drills first so that they can actually mine material. It's on. And then this. Velocity, small. No. We don't want it to rotate every. Let's try 0.16. How slow is that? Oh, we have another issue that I forgot to address. Whenever you're doing a bunch of pistons together like this, absolutely need to turn on a setting that I cannot find, which is amazing. Oh no. That's not good. Minimum distance, maximum distance, velocity. I think. It's gonna do its job. It's only gonna get ice for now, but it's gonna do a little rotating motion. It's gonna clear some space for some more drills to come in there. And it's collecting ice. Probably putting it over here. Probably. Yeah, large storage containers got 8.7 of it already, which can easily be used if it's transferred over to the H2O2 generators of the rover. Easy. This thing will need, number 1, more drills, obviously. No way it can go without more drills. And it needs its own battery, at least. I'm not sure. I'll probably put some wind power on it since it's working so well for our main base. But we have automated mining. And again, these pistons will drive that deep into the ground. How deep? I don't have an exact measurement yet, but if it's not good enough, we can strip it all down, throw it in the cargo container, and redesign it so that it plunges deeper. If we have some space, we can have these snaking back and forth. We've got options. We could also make it taller. The more pistons, the further it's going to go down. It also should probably start at a little bit of a higher altitude. But that is all for another day. I got it set up, and I am satisfied with that. I do think it's rotating a little fast. I don't think that the mining speed can handle it per se. So if I was to go to the rotor, your velocity, let's cut it in half basically. It's going to be painfully slow, but it's going to make sure that nothing terrible happens, which is my main fear at this point. But yeah, so it looks like next stream I'll probably be revisiting this project, making sure that it can be self-sufficient, finding out what to do with the ice, probably just shoving it on the rover. And I think building a larger rover is coming into the realm of possibilities, especially after we collect all of these fabulous resources almost automatically. We're going to have to re-outfit the connector ports though. Number one, this is atrocious. Number two, we need the sorting system. That will help us out quite a bit. And over at the base, we need the sorting system as well. I'm satisfied with this though. We did something today. It's got a lot of potential. Yeah. Can't wait to see what quantities of resources we're able to pull off of this operation. But that is going to be the end of it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. And I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. I'm excited. Well, see you then.